Hi, this is Desi Flores, and I'm here with Phillips of the MMA Lab in Glendale, Arizona. How are you, Kyler?
I'm good, ready to fight, just ready to fight every day.
My goodness, you are ready. So you have a couple things coming up, but one of those is your TUF tryouts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's next week. We're going to go to Vegas, me, John Moraga, Keone. We're all going to go there and check it out, and hopefully I get on. If not, I have an LFA fight in the second week of January, and I'm excited to knock somebody out.
So how many undefeated pro fights do you have?
5. I'm 5-0 right now as a pro.
Okay.
22 years old.
22?
Yep.
Oh, that is really young. And what's your specialty?
Nikido Kai. It's the art of 8 disciplines. Ni for Nico. Ki is the universal energy. Do or the way. And then Kai is participant. So I'm a participant in different martial arts, the way I express my energy. We do a lot of Okinawan style karate, jiu-jitsu. I started doing Carlson Gracie jiu-jitsu, brown belt in Carlson Gracie jiu-jitsu, and wrestled throughout high school. So just going through the arts and having fun and putting my own game together every single day.
So from everything you described, I kind of picture you being entertaining in the cage.
Yep.
Besides the fact that I just saw you doing flips, things like that around.
Yeah.
So would you say you put on a show in there?
I'm just being me, honestly. I think I've been doing stuff for so long that I like to have fun. You know, I'm not trying to be a showboat and trying to do spinning hook kicks, but it just so happens some of my specialty is spinning hook kicks because I do point sparring, you know. I practice all that stuff. So I do a lot of weapons. I could, you know, work the double nunchucks, do flips.
That's so awesome.
But it's just who I am. I'm a martial artist, and I've been doing it for a while, so it just comes natural because of practice.
Right, that's awesome because I love fights where you see kicks or different kinds of styles of moves because obviously, you know, you have a fighter, you want them to win, but you want to be really entertained in the meantime. I mean, as a spectator, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does this mean to you?
What do you mean?
What does it mean to you to try out for TUF? What does it mean to you for the possibility of getting in the UFC? What does that mean to you personally?
Well, my last fight was the Contender Series, and I won within 45 seconds. I got a knockout. But it was too quick. Like, I didn't get to showcase myself. And it was a good mental experience for me to go through that, see Dana White, you know, see a lot of those people and stay laser focused, you know. So it was a cool situation at a young age to get in there and get that mental work before I get in there. So I'm prepared for the next, whatever the show, or, you know, if I get picked up in the future, or if I fight for LFA, anywhere I go, I'm just prepared mentally.
So you think that step at the Contender Series helped you for this next step you're taking right now?
Oh yeah, of course. Every step on the way is just, it's a long journey, so it's gonna be a long years ahead for me, so I think every fight and every step is just, you know, experience for myself. So I think for me too is just gaining a lot of experience because I only have 5 fights right now and I'm still young in my career, so I need to just go out and experience. And I think the Ultimate Fighter would be awesome because I'm seeking for that type of experience. I want a challenge. I want something that's just gonna make me just a mind, you know, screw with my head a little bit to make me push and take a real step forward.
Do you work well under pressure then? Is that what motivates you sometimes?
Yeah, I love the pressure. I don't know, I love being an outcast. I love having a mind of myself to think, and I like going outside the box.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what first made you get into martial arts? How did that journey begin?
Well, I started so long ago. I feel like I'm
Like
telling
a
these
lifestyle?
stories. Yeah, it was a lifestyle. My dad put me in jiu-jitsu at 3 years old at the Gracie Academy in Torrance, California, and then just from there, he didn't really force it on me too much, so I went to competitions and he'd take me and I'd do basically like Vale Tudo fights or slap boxing fights against people bigger, stronger than me all the time. And I started losing, or I'd do good, I was technical, but I had to make the choice that I wanted to do more reps and train harder. So he didn't really push me too much. He kind of just put me in the competition, and in training, if I wanted to get better, it was up to me. So then by the time I turned about 12 years old, I I really fell in love with the sport of jiu-jitsu, and I wanted to just win everything. I set out my goal to be jiu-jitsu world champion. So I won the world of jiu-jitsu as a blue belt in 2012, and then stayed laser focused, and then moved out here, and I just chose to do MMA for my career.
All right, so you guys are all going down together. You're supporting each other. That's pretty awesome to have that support. Is it just you three going? Do you have any of your coaches going with you?
No, Richie's going also. He's gonna try out. He's undefeated. He's from Maryvale. He trains with us, and then I think one of their other friends. But I just hit up Moraga last night. I'm gonna ride with him, so I don't have to drive. So yeah.
Okay, so what was there ever a point in your career that there's one fight that you're like, man, I almost lost that fight. I almost couldn't have tried out for this show.
No, not necessarily, but every day is that same thing. It's like you almost took a step back, or but you decided to step forward. You know what I mean? So like, I think my last LFA fight was the first time we went to a decision. I finished all my fights, but my last one, or for the LFA, I think the first round I started slow, and then I got hit with the right hand, and I didn't see black or anything, but it was just kind of like a wake-up call. Like the first time I got hit, and I kind of went back to my roots. I wrestled the guy, took him down, and I just held him down and beat him up for 3 rounds. I think it was 29-26 or 30-27. So yeah, pretty decisive.
So how do you feel right now?
I feel great. I feel like a little bit tired from practice right now, but hungry, tired.
I caught him right after sparring. So
Always hungry.
always hungry?
Yeah.
That's the story of my life. So how do you prepare for this different than a fight? I mean, you're not about to fight. You're not in a weight cut. You're not sparring all the time. So how do you prepare for trying out for TUF?
Well, I've been sparring and stuff, and then, but it's at 45, so I usually fight at 35. So I've been lifting a little more weights. I've been eating, that's why I'm more hungry. And but I'm trying to stay in case I have the LFA fight and go back down to 35. I'll be ready for either way.
So you're having to gain weight to get ready in preparation for this?
No, I don't really have to gain weight, but I want to be a little stronger, so I've been lifting and eating, recovering faster. So, because usually in camp you're working out and then you're not eating as many calories to recover.
So were you at 35 in all your 5 fights that you're undefeated?
Yep.
Okay.
I fought 45 as an amateur, but yeah, it's pretty.
What do you walk around at?
Like 160.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us to watch out for about you? Maybe how your past has interacted with who you are now? Any behind story or anything that we should look out for in the future?
I don't know.
Okay, well then let's skip over to this. As far as LFA goes,
Yeah.
how many LFA fights do you have right now that you've done?
Just one.
Okay, and how was that fight different than your previous promotion? How has that been different for you?
It was all the same. It's all the same. It's just sometimes I had a kind of bad week. I think I overtrained for that fight, but it was like perfect for me. I loved it because I felt tired. My muscles were kind of tired, and just the whole experience going over there was kind of everything went wrong. Kind of.
Oh, one of those things.
Yeah, I didn't have the guy that holds mitts for me always. He actually fought the next day out here, so I was by myself, and then I got this guy. He was a rapper. He doesn't even hold mitts. I got him to hold mitts for me.
Wait,
And,
how did a rapper end up holding
so when
mitts
I
for
fought,
you?
by the time I fought, I was just like, I think my accuracy wasn't there. I was just, I wasn't all focused.
And it was in Burbank, right?
Yeah, but I had to gain focus. I really had to not dig deep too much, but just I had to be like, okay, this is a reality check. I need to do something.
What is that mental state that you like to be in before a fight?
I like to be trusted in myself. I like to have a deeper relationship within and really have a trust that I'm gonna do this. And I'm hungry, and I want another W, and I want to just, you know what I mean?
So do you like peace?
It's peace and it's hunger at the same time. So, it's, of course, the sport is dangerous. Fighting is a little dangerous. So, you got to live on the edge, and you got to be ready to go, because anybody can knock you out with those 4-ounce gloves. And I love that feeling. I like feeling on the edge, like, okay, it's all or nothing. And I think those moments are what defines me. I've always been an outcast. I've always been one that's doing flips in the crowd, or, always trying to, not out of trying to impress somebody, but just being myself. That's just who I am. I like doing stuff out of the ordinary. If there's a large group of people that heard doing this, I like to just do whatever I want. And I like that outcast feeling.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's just me. It's just who I am. I like thinking for myself, and and it's different. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but I just like being myself and doing what I want to do.
So if you got on to the TUF series, how do you see your character would be portrayed on the show?
Again,
are you going to be the outcast that's like away from
course.
Everybody, or are you going to be like the jokester? I don't know, you give me kind of like a funny vibe, like.
Yeah, I love to make jokes.
And a good funny.
Yeah, a great funny. I think I'm a very connect with a lot of people one-on-one, and I like having relationships with people, but at the same time, the Ultimate Fighter is probably people that just want to egg each other on, and I don't care. Whatever happens, I'm excited, and I'm just gonna keep being myself and doing whatever I want to do. So I'll say what I want, act how I want, and not have to hold anything in, just let it out.
So if you go onto this LFA fight card, what do you think your next steps will be if the TUF thing doesn't happen for you? If this isn't your time right now and you go back to the LFA card, what do you think the steps are going to be that you have to do in order to get your chance to get into the UFC?
Oh, perfect. Anyway, if I don't go on the show, perfect. I just get more experience, more fights, get some more knockouts, get some more submissions, and just, continue to gain experience and start flowing. And pretty soon, I'm going to shine.
And which LFA card is it that you're looking at fighting on?
It's Burbank, second week of January. I'm not sure which one it is, but...
So you're in camp right now, then?
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
So I just sparred today, felt good, but getting those extra reps, and then again, doing weird stuff.
So what
drills.
weight are you fighting? I'm confused. So you usually fight at 35, but you're trying to eat a little more in case you go into TUF, but then you kind of have a camp come in.
That's
but
what
you're
I'm saying.
Camp,
so that's why I'm kind
tough.
Yeah, so I've been lifting a little bit and eating, but I'm trying to stay around 60. I don't want to get too high, but I want to still feel strong at 45, because I'll have speed advantage over a lot of the guys. So, sitting down, putting power in my legs and in my hips and in my upper body.
What gives you that speed advantage?
I'm already a fast person, but just being a 35er, ready to go, mentally, just fast, quick motion. So if we wrestle, I'm 3 steps ahead. Somebody gonna try to go for an escape. I'm already plotting out the next 3 transitions into submissions into another position if they're trying to even keep ahead of me. So whoever steps in the cage with me is kind of screwed.
Well, Kyler Phillips, remember that name, because everybody in here today told me, make sure you sit down with Kyler, make sure you sit down with Kyler. That's the name in here at the MMA Lab in Glendale that you're going to be hearing a lot more of. So thank you for sitting down with me. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Cool, thank you.